I am so excited that you're here. It's been a great week. I hope you all have had a great week and you are going to have an amazing weekend. I plan to have an amazing weekend. So, before we start talking about storytelling in business, mastering storytelling to boost your brand, I want to have a little moment of complete transparency and honesty with you guys because I almost didn't do this live today. I'm tired. It's been a really great week. But I didn't have like naps this week, and I work an overnight shift. I produce a national morning TV show. For those of you who don't know, so I get up at midnight and I work until 10 o'clock in the morning, and this girl loves her naps. And so I didn't get to take many naps or any naps at all this week. I think I took like a 30-minute nap or something at some point throughout the week. But anyway, today I'm exhausted. And I thought to myself, maybe I'll just not do the live and take a nap. And that's not me, because one of the things that you will hear me say a lot is, you know, you're only as good as your word. And this is a cliche, but how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I truly believe that. And one of the things is when you're in business, when you're trying to be visible, when you're building your brand, when you're working with customers, with clients, and you're trying to build that know, like, and trust factor. And if you don't stay true to your word, then what else do you have? And so my word to you is I will be here every Friday unless there's some extenuating circumstance like travel, or the last time I canceled a live was because we had two tornadoes touch down on my neighborhood. So kind of didn't have power. So I think I can be forgiven for that one. But it's just, you want to stay true to yourself, stay true to your word, because again, if you can't keep a promise today to your potential audience, then how do you keep a promise to your clients? So, no matter what, if I say I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here unless there's some truly extenuating circumstance, again, like a travel or, you know, acts of nature. So, but I'm here and I'm so excited that I am, because this is one of these amazing topics that can really help to boost your business and boost your brand visibility. And that is storytelling. And so many people will say, oh, but I don't know how to tell a good story, or stories don't matter, or I have nothing to say. And that's not true. None of it's true. That is a lie you are telling yourself. And no matter what, you have something that people want to hear. So we're going to go through some of those things. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will have a little bit more clarity on why we use storytelling to boost our brands and how to use storytelling in your business. So storytelling is really powerful because our brains are wired for stories. Think about it. From ancient times, how was information passed down? It was passed down through stories. And when I say ancient, I mean like caveman days. And even after that, you had people who couldn't read or write, but they could tell a story. And telling that story is how they would share information from family to family, generation to generation. And so storytelling is very, very powerful. And they have the ability to captivate us. They have the ability to evoke emotions and to make messages memorable. You will remember a story far longer and far easier than you'll remember just plain old facts. So, storytelling is so key when you're building your brand and building your business, building your visibility. And so, stories also create an emotional connection. It's that trust factor, the likability, the loyalty, all those things that are very important when you're building a brand and building your business and boosting your visibility, boosting yourself as an expert in your field. Telling stories helps to create these emotional connections. And I did touch on the fact that, they're memorable. We will forget facts. I can tell you a story, or you can hear a story, and it'll stick in your brain a lot faster than someone rambling off some statistics. Now, there are people who love stats, and for them, stats, because their brains are incredibly analytical, the stats are going to be what drives them. But for a lot of people, it's the emotional connection of a memorable story that's going to help move that ball forward, as it were. And it also helps to build engagement, because if you're telling a good story, a good yarn, as they say, then you are a lot more likely to have an engaged audience. And when your audience is engaged, they're going to pay attention. They're going to want to reach out. They're going to want to work with you or buy your service, buy your product, whatever it is that you do. So having an engaged audience starts with having a good story to tell. So let's go through some of the keys that help a good story resonate with your audience. So the first thing is a good, relatable character. So this relatable character can be yourself. It can be a client. It can be the fictional persona that embodies your ideal customer. But it should be someone that is relatable. Likable is also very helpful. But it should be something that can help to connect you with your audience. There needs to be a conflict or a challenge. Even Hallmark movies have conflicts or challenge. It's a hook that keeps you wanting more, so you can see how this character goes to the other side. So going back to Hallmark, think about, there's always like a misunderstanding somewhere. Someone didn't tell a secret, or, they were getting too cozy with their ex, but were they really? No. You just want to see, how do they get over that hump? How does that main character go to the other side? So it's the same thing with the stories that you tell in your business. Your relatable character has to have some sort of conflict or challenge, because your audience is hooked and wants to know how they overcome it. So therefore, you need a resolution. So we have the relatable character, you have the conflict or challenge, and now you have the resolution. How do they get to the other side? What do they do to break through whatever it was that was holding them back? And then you need some sort of emotion that the story evokes, like empathy or inspiration, joy. Don't have it evoke sadness, because sadness doesn't really sell for anybody, no matter what your product or service is. So I'll tell you a quick story. Take some water first. So I'll tell you a quick story. I have this client who is a teen confidence coach, and some of you may have heard the story already. But my client, she's a teen confidence coach, and she is so passionate about helping teenage girls become empowered young women who can go out into life and the workforce and then just be the most confident badasses on the planet. And she was working one-on-one with people, with these girls, and going to their homes. And so her challenge was, she wanted to reach more people, because while she was getting great results meeting with these girls, on a one-to-one, face-to-face in their home, this was very limiting to how many girls she could actually help at one time. So she wanted to go into doing courses so she could, have some girls who couldn't afford her services, some parents who couldn't afford the services for their girls, to be able to have another way to gain this confidence that she desperately wants these young ladies to have. So great idea, The problem was she was terrified of being on camera. She was terrified of putting herself out there and making her brand more visible. So she came to me and we worked together to the point where she started doing lives every single day. She gained more clients in her city, in other cities, in other states, and eventually other countries. She's now a best-selling author and she gets to speak on stages and is invited to do broadcast appearances and podcasts and, local TV, all these different things because she took that first step, which was to take the coaching to learn how to boost her visibility, boost her brand, and become more confident on camera. And now she gets to help thousands of girls versus dozens of girls. So now think about this, right? So you have whatever your business or service is, I want you to put this, in your sphere. One person is now impacting thousands of girls who will grow up to be confident women, who will be confident leaders in the workplace, who can help to shrink the gender pay gap, which exists in many developed countries. And if they become parents, they'll be a different kind of parent because they can now, especially if they have girls, they can now help their daughters to feel more confident in themselves and become better leaders at an earlier age. And it's just this trickle down snowball effect, this ripple effect that can just keep spreading, all because this one woman took the coaching that I gave her to become more confident herself on camera and more confident in knowing that she can help all these different people and putting herself out there and now sharing her gifts with the world. So that is an amazing ripple effect. And so with that story, you have a relatable character. We've got a coach who is looking to make a difference in young women's lives. Her conflict or her challenge was to be being able to reach more people because she was afraid of being visible. And her resolution was taking the coaching and becoming more visible, helping more people, and now she's got this amazing ripple effect that is spreading around the world. And I love that for her. So that is one way to use storytelling in your business. That is actually would be a client testimonial. So using a client testimonial helps you to build more of that know, like, and trust factor. And it works for any business. So say you sell Mary Kay, then you can say, look, meet Sally. Sally has had this skin condition for X number of years. She was tired of looking in the mirror and seeing her dull, dry skin full of, fine lines and wrinkles. After using X, Y, and Z product for this many weeks, this many months, you can look at how her skin is glowing now. She looks more youthful. Her face is dewy. Those fine lines have all but erased, and she's just happier inside and out. So that's a good way to use a customer testimonial in your product-based business, and you can do the same thing with your service-based business as well. Your origin story. That is a great story that you need to tell people. You want to share your origin story. How did you get started in your business? What motivates you? What inspires you? What gets you out of bed every day to do this business or to sell this product that you have? And so this works for, like, I'll use, an example. When I was a health coach, I became a health coach because I was going through a health transition, and people were seeing that health transition and wanted to know more. And so by me going through what I was going through, I was able to help other people going through the same things. And that became part of my story, part of my why. And using that why helps you to connect with your audience, helps to show who you are, why you are, and creates, an authentic connection with your audience. So your origin story is so important to tell because you're doing whatever it is you're doing for a reason. And that reason is typically not just to make money. So you want to do that. All right. So teaching through stories is also very good. When you are doing like longer form videos or you're doing a course, um, you want to weave stories through because again, stories, they sell. Stories convert. Stories are memorable. Whereas again, for most people, plain facts and statistics are not that memorable. Tell me something good that's going to stick in my brain and I will remember you. Tell me a bunch of statistics that just go and I'll forget you in 5 seconds. That's just how a lot of brains work, especially today in a fast paced digital world where we are so focused on a 45-second reel. That's the amount of attention span that we have now. It's not even 120 characters on X anymore. It's a 45-second reel. It goes by like that. You want to use videos to help to move your stories along, images, photos, GIFs, whatever, because you know what they say, a story is worth 1,000 words, or picture is worth 1,000 words. I mean, I told you I was tired. Um, so anyway, you can use platforms like Instagram and YouTube to share video stories and like behind the scenes glimpses. People love seeing how things are made. So showing what you do behind the scenes can really help people to connect with you on a different level than just talking at them. So I would love for you to tell me in the comments, what questions you have about storytelling. How do you implement it in your business if you do? And if you don't, I'm more than happy to give you some more ideas if you want to chat about that. But just drop it in the comments. If you're watching the replay, then just put, replay and tell me what it is that you want to know, and I will help you figure it out. And I just want to thank you guys for spending, this time with me to learn how to start using storytelling to boost your brand visibility because remember, stories create connections and connections build businesses. And so I'm going to drop a link for you folks. This is my calendar because maybe you are ready to master the art of storytelling, master the art of brand visibility. You're ready to become, the face of your business, the face of your brand, but you just don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. So I would love to have, a quick chat with you about your business, about you, how I can help you, and we can go from there. You'll get some personalized guidance that can help you become the guru that you want to be. So click the link. It's meetwithjasmine.com, meetwithjasmine.com. That is my calendar link. Book some time, secure your place, and let's make your brand shine. All right, my friends, have a fabulous, fabulous Friday. Have an amazing weekend, and we will pick this up again next week. All right, bye for now.